This is day 27. Finish the day you wanted to quit. By the time the sun dragged its tired light across my office floor, I had already lost the thread of the day. I had a plan when I woke up. I always do. There's a sequence I guard like a gatekeeper, a few small disciplines that set the rhythm. Yet today the rhythm was hijacked. Urgent messages piled up, one small fire turned into three. I said yes when I should have said not now. I let other people's priorities borrow my hands. Before I knew it, the morning was gone, and the afternoon was not far behind it. The old pattern started whispering, "You blew it. Start tomorrow. Just surrender the habits today. Be reasonable." I know that voice well. It is smooth and persuasive. It sounds compassionate and wise. It is not. That voice is the primal mind in a velvet suit, and it always has the same agenda: ease now, regret later. I looked at my list of daily commitments and felt the ache of reluctance. There's something about almost comic about the brain's theater at that moment. It summons every excuse from the prop closet. I'm too tired. The day is already a loss. I will do 2 sessions tomorrow to make up for it. I will rethink the whole plan. Maybe I need a new system. I will start when the pressure at work eases. I should rest. I deserve it. I should wait until I feel motivated again. I do not need motivation. I need obedience to the thing that I said I would do. I have learned to treat my commitments as tyrants, not consultants. They do not ask how I feel. They do not host a town hall to gather my feedback. They simply demand to be done. When I let a commitment hold that position, I remove the poison of deliberation. Decision-making is expensive. It drains energy that could be spent on the work itself. So I've adopted a simple understanding. The habits are not up for debate. If the day goes off the rails, the habits still stand on the platform waiting for me when the train limps in. This is not romantic. It is not the part of the movie with a rousing soundtrack. It is the part where you are alone in your dim room, staring at the floor that needs to be swept, the push-ups that have to be done. The floor is not going to sweep itself. The push-ups are not going to do themselves either. There is no applause when the brush hits the dust, or you push down for your first push-up. There's only the hush of resistance and the weight of your own promise. I sat there and I felt the full drama of protest. I did not argue with it. I did not negotiate for better terms. I did not search for a clever hack to make it fun. I simply said out loud, "I'm doing it." Then I stood up and I did the first push-up. There is a reason that the first small piece matters. When you move, you tell the body and the mind a new story. The story is not, "I feel inspired." It is, "I act as promised." That change in narrative pulls your attention out of the swamp. You stop wrestling with weather. You start walking through because. There's an honesty in that movement. You are not dazzling anyone. You are not performing for anyone. You are keeping a word that you gave to yourself. Of course it still hurts. The clock is not kind. The task presses on the sore spots. The brain continues to mutter at you. You do not have time. You are doing this badly. You will not finish. You should quit early and salvage the evening. This is where most people lose ground. They confuse the presence of discomfort with the absence of progress. They decide the pain means it is the wrong day. In truth, the pain means it's exactly the right day. Once you force yourself through the first minute, something curious happens. The resistance reveals itself for what it always was, a loud child with no authority. It throws a tantrum, then runs out of steam. The brain quits lobbying against the inevitable. The critic becomes the spectator. You switch from dread to motion, and motion begins to create its own focus. You might not love it, but you are doing it, and that is enough. The river that looked like a canyon is just a cold creek. You wade in and start doggy paddling through the deep end of despair, and you realize you can float. I finished the habit work tonight, all of it, not because I was energized, but precisely because I was not. I did it because I refused to let the habit die even once. That is the dividing line. A commitment is not defined by the days that make you feel competent. A commitment is defined by the days that tempt you to toss it aside. I will say this plainly. If you keep a habit only when you feel like it, then it is not your habit. It is your hobby. People ask me what changes when you do this for a while. You grow stronger in the same way a tree grows rings. Each time you keep the habit under duress, you carve a line of trust into your own character. The cycles of struggle still arrive, they always will, but your inner protest grows quieter because it has learned that you will not negotiate. The brain gives up trying to convince you. It accepts its role as the passenger because you are the driver. If today swallowed your plan, then join me in this simple rebellion. Do the habit anyway. Not because it is easy, not because it is perfect, not because you are on a streak, and certainly not because you feel like it. Do it because you said you would. Do it because one excuse can turn into a month if you let it. Do it because when your primal brain screams no, and you gently answer yes and keep moving, you win. Not a flashy victory, not a public victory, the kind of win that makes you quietly dangerous to your own weaknesses. Tonight, there is no banner across my living room. There is no audience either. There is only a small stack of completed tasks and a very tired man who kept his word. That is the whole point. Remove the choice. Keep the promise. Embrace the discomfort as the tuition you pay for a better life. Then wake up tomorrow and do it again. Not because it's dramatic, but because it's yours.